Hi everyone, this is Gunjan from Extra Grades. So, one advice for all of you advice to you when you are a student. Your job, your mission is excel in education. Okay? Don't get into any other area because when you will reach 10 plus 2 and you have reached 10 plus 2, everybody will be asking for 95 plus. Okay, so to become a doctor, to become a doctor, an engineer, good manager, any field you need. That means you have to excel in education. So, children, in today I'll be discussing on the topic small town and the river. And you know, children, what is the meaning of small town and the river? So, here, small town refers to, it symbolizes the microcosm of human life and community. They evoke a sense of intimacy, simplicity, and interconnectedness. Small towns often carry a distinct character, preserving traditions, rituals, and a shared history. In the poem, small towns represent a familiar and unchanging backdrop against which the cycle of life and death unfold. They also embody the aspirations, anxieties, and dreams of their inhabitants, mirroring the collective human experience. And children, the river means it represents the force of nature, eternal in its flow and connection in the land. The river embodies the ceaseless passage of time and the inevitability of change. It serves as a metaphor for the immortality of water, carrying life and knowledge from the mountains to the plains. The river's presence highlights the transit nature of human existence, juxtaposing the permanence of the town with the ever changing flow of life. So, children, in this particular poem, the poet explores the relationship between these two elements and shed light on their significance in the context of human experience. So, in this video, I'll be explaining line by line explanation of the poem Small Town and the River. So, let us begin. And before that, let me ask you, have you subscribed to my channel? If you have not subscribed up till now, then please do. And watch the video till end and press the like button if you have liked it. So, children, let us start. And before that, one thing let me share with you is that all power is within you. You can do anything and everything, right? So, let us begin. This is a beautiful poem, and if you have understood line by line explanation, you are going to do wonders. So, let us start. So, my first line is small town always remind me of death. This means that the poet reflects on how small towns evoke thoughts of mortality and the passing of life. My next line, my hometown lies calmly amidst the trees, which means that amidst here means in the middle of, and the poet's hometown is described as situated peacefully amidst a wooded landscape. Next line is, it is always the same. So, here what the poet wants to speak is that the town is depicted as unchanging and constant in summer or winter, which means that the town remains the same regardless of the season, whether it is summer season or it is winter season, with the dust flying, which means that this is the imagery of dust flying suggests that movement and activity. So, here in the town, all the movements and activities are going on. Or the wind howling down the gorge. Here, children, wind howling means very violent with strong winds, and gorge means it is a deep, narrow valley with steep sides, usually formed by a river or stream cutting through rock. So, this line means that the wind is portrayed as making a loud and mournful sound as it passes through the gorge. The line, just the other day, someone died. So, here the poet recounts the recent death of an individual in the town. The next line is, in the dreadful silence we wept. So, children, dreadful here means causing or involving great suffering, fear, or unhappiness. So, the line means that the community mourns the loss of the deceased in a solemn silence, that is very sadly. My next line is, looking at the end wreath of tuberoses. So here the word wreath means a ring made of flowers and leaves or evergreen. Tuberoses means a tuberoses is a Mexican herb having grass-like leaves. So here, children, this line means that the visual image of a wreath made from tuberoses, a type of flower often used in funerals, adds to the somber atmosphere, that is, to the sad atmosphere. This line, looking at the sad wreath of tuberoses, is a imagery. So the literary device used here is imagery, which means the vivid image of a wreath made of tuberoses evokes a sense of mourning and sadness, intensifying the emotional atmosphere of the poem. Understood? Okay, now let's move towards the next line. The next line is life and death, which means that this is the repetition emphasizes the inseparable nature of life and death. So, children, this line in the literary device used in this line is repetition. So, what does repetition means? The repetition of the phrase reinforces the inherent connection between life and death, emphasizing their inseparability. That is, the person who has taken birth is bound to die. No one is born to live forever. My next line is, only the rituals are permanent, which means that while life and death are inseparable, the rituals surrounding death provide a sense of permanence. The line, the river has a soul. So here the river has a soul. This line is personified as having a soul, suggesting a spiritual dimension to the existence. So the river has a soul, which means that this is a personification. Here the literary device used is personification. The river is given human-like qualities by attributing it with a soul, emphasizing its spiritual significance and connection to the human experience. So, my next line is, in the summer it cuts through the land, which means that the river's powerful flow during the summer season is described as cutting through the surrounding landscape. My next line is, like a torrent of grief, which means that the river's forceful movement is likened to a surge of sorrow or sadness. So, here, children, torrent means a violent or forceful flow of fluid, and grief means intense sorrow. So, in this line, like a torrent of grief, simile is used. So, the literary device used here is simile. Here, the river's forceful flow is compared to a surge of sorrow or sadness, evoking a powerful and emotional image. My next line is sometimes I think it holds its breath, which means that the poet speculates that the river seems to pause, as if waiting or seeking something beyond its current state. My next line is seeking a land of fish and stars, which means that here the river is portrayed as searching for a place abundant with fish and where the stars are visible, suggesting a longing for fulfillment and wonder. My next line is the river has a soul. So, again, this is personification which has been used in this line. And the meaning of this line is that the idea of the river having a soul is retreated, emphasizing its profound connection to life and existence. My next line is it knows stretching past the town, which means that the river possesses a knowingness that extends beyond the confines of the town. Next line is from the first drop of rain to dry earth, which means that the river's knowledge encompass the entire journey from the very first drop of rain to the parched ground. Next line is and mist on the mountain tops. Here the word mist means a light rain or a collection of very small drops of water in the air that is like a fog. So, this line means that the river is aware of the mist that blankets the mountain tops, capturing the ethereal beauty of the landscape. And here, children, the literary device used in this line is alliteration. Mist on the mountain, MM. Okay, M sound is heard. So here the repetition of the M sound in mist and mountain tops creates a melodic and rhythmic effect, enhancing the description of the landscape. So my next line is the river knows. So here this means that the repetition underscores the river deep understanding and wisdom. So the literary device used in this line is symbolism. The river knows the immortality of water. So here the river symbolizes the eternal and unending nature of water, representing the idea of continuity and immortality. My next line is the immortality of water, which here immortality means that the ability to live forever. And the explanation of this line is the river's continuity and enduring nature symbolize the immortality of water, highlighting its internal essence. My next line is a shrine of happy pictures. So the word shrine means a place of worship that is holy because of a connection with a holy person or object. The explanation of this line is the poet describes a shrine adorned with joyful photographs signifying the celebration of cherished memories. My next line is marks the days of childhood. So, the meaning of this line is the shrine commemorates the innocence and joy of childhood. I hope children you are understanding because I am explaining to you line by line. Explanation is there. So please understand each word and the meaning of each word so that you are also able to describe and write the answers properly. Okay, now let's move towards the next line. And the line is small towns grow with anxiety, which means that small towns are portrayed as developing a sense of unease and restlessness because there are a lot of work to do. It is the people, many people are there, and they are so much busy in multitasking that they are not able to have a peaceful life. For the future, the anxiety in small towns stems from concern about what lies ahead, the uncertainty of the future. The dead are placed pointing west. So now this line means that when the deceased are laid to rest, their bodies are positioned facing westward. When the soul rises, so this line means that it is referring to the belief in an afterlife. The poet contemplates the ascent of the soul. The line, it will walk into the golden east, which means that the soul, upon rising, is envisioned as journeying towards the east, a symbol of the divine and enlightenment. The line, into the house of the sun. So, this line means that the destination of soul is described as abode of the sun, suggesting a place of warmth, light, and spiritual fulfillment. So, children, in this line, into the house of sun. So, the literary device which is used in this line is hyperbole. So, here the phrase house of the sun employs hyperbole to describe the destination of the soul, emphasizing the divine and celestial nature. So, my next line is in the cool bamboo, which means that the poet shifts the focus to a tranquil scene in the coolness of bamboo groves. The line restored in sunlight, which means that the bamboo bathed in sunlight symbolizes rejuvenation and vitality. That means to say that a new life is there. The line life matters like this, which means that this line emphasizes the significance and value of life, drawing attention to the beauty and importance of existence. The line in small towns by the river, which means that here the poet shifts the focus to the setting of small towns situated by the river, emphasizing their collective desire and aspiration. And the last line is we all want to walk with the gods, which means that here the line expresses a universal longing and yearning shared by the inhabitants of these small towns. It suggests a desire to transcend the limitation of human existence and to experience a connection with the divine or the realm of the gods. The image of walking with the gods signifies a quest for spiritual elevation and a profound sense of fulfillment. So, this was the explanation of the poem Small Town and the River. So, children, next I'm going to tell you about the theme of the poem. The first theme of the poem is Transience of Life. So, here the poet contemplates the fleeting nature of human existence and the cycle of life and death. It reflects the impermanence of small towns, highlighting their constant presence amidst the changing season, whether it is summer season or winter season, and the inevitable reality of the death. The river, with its ever flowing nature, serves as a reminder of the passage of time and the temporal nature of life. The second theme of the poem is connection with nature. So, here the poet explores the deep connection between human and the natural world. The river is personified and seen as having a soul, emphasizing its spiritual significance. The imagery of the river's flow from the first drop of rain to the mist covered mountain tops symbolizes the interconnectedness of all living beings and the eternal cycle of nature. The third theme of the poem is longing for transcendence. So, here the poet touches upon the human desire for something beyond the limitation of earthly existence. The aspiration to walk with the gods in small towns by the river reflects a longing for a higher realm, a quest for spiritual elevation, and a yearning for transcendence. It speaks to the universal human longing for a deeper connection with the divine or something greater than ourselves. My fourth theme of the poem is rituals and permanence. So, here the poet contemplates the rituals surrounding the death as a means of finding senses of permanence amidst the transit nature of life. It highlights how these rituals becomes a source of comfort and a way to preserve memories and traditions, while life and death are portrayed as inseparable. To the rituals associated with death provide a sense of permanence and continuity. And my last theme of the poem, Small River and Town, is beauty and significance of life. Amidst reflection on mortality and the passage of time, the poet also emphasizes the beauty and significance of life. The imagery of the cool bamboo restored in sunlight serves as a metaphor for regeneration and vitality. It suggests that life matters and should be cherished, finding solace and meaning in the fleeting moments of existence. So, children, in this video, I have explained line by line explanation, word meaning, then your literary device, as well as the theme of the poem. In my next video, I'll be coming up with multiple choice question, that is MCQs. So, I hope you have liked this video, and the power and children for you all is that focus on whatever you are reading, as the power of concentration is the only way to the treasure house of knowledge. The more you will focus, the more you will study with concentration, the more you are going to grasp it and keep it in your treasure house for the examination. Do like, share and subscribe my channel. Hope this lesson will be beneficial for you in your studies. Thank you.